Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hope. My name is Tammy Lynn Connors, and this is my podcast and YouTube channel, helping other people evolve. When I started this, I honestly had no idea what I was going to be doing. I just knew that I wanted to be a light in this dark world. So, my mission and vision now with Hope is that you can find strength in anything. What I do is I interview people that have been through a struggle and have gotten to a strength. Today, it's just going to be me on here sharing a little bit of my story of hope. I feel like in this world, people are, especially nowadays, at home feeling like they're struggling all by themselves through whatever it is they're going through. And I am just trying to show you that no, you're not alone in your struggles. There's people here that unfortunately went through struggles but have gotten to a strength. There's people here that you can reach out to. I am somebody that you can reach out to. There's so much help out there. So please just know that you are not struggling alone. Today, I've just had a great weekday. I'm just really in a great zone right now. I have my new shirt. It says Hope Dealer. It's got a Jeep on it. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see me lifting it right now and showing you the Jeep and Hope Dealer. This shirt changed my whole entire day yesterday. I had a friend who makes shirts and stuff like that, and I was at a Jeep Fest this weekend driving my Hope truck, and I just got a new license plate that says Hope Dealer. And so I was like, man, wonder if she could make me a Hope Dealer shirt real quick. And she, bless her heart, Ashley Kujnoval, bless your heart, thank you so much. She put the shirt together for me. I met her, she gave it to me. There's a point to all this. I came home that night and I put this on. I guess it would have been last night. I put it on and I looked in the mirror, and I'm probably going to get emotional again, but such a great feeling came over me. And the feeling was you're living out your purpose. You're doing exactly what God has wanted you to do. And for so many years, I didn't. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't share hope. I just sat back. And yeah, I smiled. And yeah, I was like, yes, I'm sober. Yes, this happened. Yes, I've done this. Nothing like I've like lived life. That's it. Like I've lived life, right? We've all had our things. But I remember the one day that I was finally like, you know what? God gave me a life. God gave me a testimony. God gave me the strength to get through so many things. How dare I? How dare I sit back and not share that with the world? And I feel like, at times we as people feel like, yeah, we're bragging, we're doing this, we're doing that, woohoo, look at me. And that's not it. Most people out here that are sharing a story, sharing their strength, sharing what they've been through, sharing a struggle, sharing their wins, they're not doing it for you to pat them on the back. We're doing it to show you that it's possible. It is possible. And I can wholeheartedly say that looking back, I was just thinking yesterday, looking back at when my teenage years and the people around me that told me I was never going to amount to anything. The people that told me that I was going to end up on the street somewhere. The people that told me that I was never going to be great. The people that put that in my head. And I believed it through my teenage years, through my adult years. I believed this for years because I let those voices get in there. I let those people tell me who they thought I was. I didn't let Tammy tell Tammy who she really was. I didn't. And once I started doing that, it was a game changer, you guys. Once I started blocking out the noises of what other people's opinions of me were, my life changed. And it didn't, like I always say, it didn't happen overnight. I didn't wake up one day and I was like, oh, look, Tammy's sober. It's March 10th, 2004. It's her mom's birthday and she's sober. Her whole life just changed. No, I had to do work. I had to do things to get myself to a new place. I had to get those noises out of my head. I had to get those voices that said, you're not good enough. You will never amount to anything. You're just an alcoholic. You're just an addict. Your father was crazy. Your father died in your bathtub. What makes you think that you're going to amount to anything? Right? Like those words and those voices all the time were in my head. So when I got sober, let me tell you what, those voices were stronger. You know why? Because I wasn't bandaging them anymore. I wasn't numbing the pain anymore. I wasn't taking a drink just to forget about it and walk through life being Tammy drunk, right? I was a very functioning alcoholic when I drank, but I was still drunk. And people didn't know all the time. And I wasn't the drunk that drunk alcoholic, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't, falling down drunk. I wasn't mean. I wasn't nasty to people. I was just drunk, basically. I still tried to be the light. I still tried to be happy. I worked 80 hours a week sometimes. I still did life, but I was miserable. I was miserable because for all those years I was hiding who I was. I was hiding the freckles. I was hiding the teeth that I didn't love. I was hiding behind a mask that just blocked so much out of my life. So as that mask started lifting, which, like I said, it took a long time for this mask to start lifting. It was little by little by little by little. And sometimes it get knocked down again. And I'd have to build it up again, 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 and again. But what I didn't do is I didn't stop. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I just knew that I'm here. I'm still here, going to be 57 next month, and I'm still here. And God has a reason that I'm here. And the reason that I'm here is not just to sit back and play small. It's not what it is for anybody out here. You all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. We all have a gift. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be on stages speaking, or you're going to have a podcast or a YouTube channel, or you're going to be a hope dealer. That's not your purpose. But please try to find out what your purpose is. Whether, you all know I talk about it all the time. I believe in God. I don't have anything about what everybody else believes in, whether it's the universe, whatever your belief is. Believe in yourself. Find your belief and start finding out what it is about you that you believe. Start asking the universe. Start talking to God. Ask him, what is my purpose? Why am I here still? Because I'd be damned. I wake up every day, and there's a reason why I wake up. And the reason I wake up is I best be out here sharing hope with the world. I best be out here being the light to the world. And if I would have let those noises and those voices telling me that, nah, you're not good enough, what makes you think for 1 second? What makes you think for 1 second that you are going to be able to change someone's life? What makes you think for 1 second someone is going to listen to your story and get up that day and walk outside? What makes you think for 1 second you're going to interview somebody that's been through a struggle and has gotten to a strength, and someone else is going to get up that day? What makes you think that? Those are those voices. And I had to be like, you know what makes me think that? You know what makes me know that? Is because God has told me that. He has gotten in my head through my prayers and meditation and said, listen, I have a vision for you. I have a dream for you. I have a purpose for you. Now it's up to you to go get it. Now it's up to you. So for all those years, I sat back, I listened. People would tell me, like, Tammy, you got a story. Tammy, you got a story. Tammy, you got a story. Yeah, I know. I do. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I started visioning it. I started really praying about it. I started putting it on vision boards. Like, I am an author. I am writing a book called Hope, a story of hope. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a podcast. And as time went on, it's finally coming to a point that it's all happening because I didn't give up. I didn't stop. I didn't listen to the voices outside. I think about this a lot in life in general. I mean, I'm really blessed. I'm sure 100% I have people out there that don't love Tammy Lynn Connors, and that's okay. I still love them. I have no thing about that. Like, I'm good. I clap for everybody. I'm excited for everybody. If you don't love me, it's okay. I love me, so that's important. So when I think about that, and when I think about the years that I stopped myself from growing, I didn't really stop myself. I've learned. What I was doing is I was learning. So as I've been growing and learning, what's been happening is God is putting the right people in my life. And I'm going to use this as an example because this is huge to me. We talk about who we meet. We don't know, God places people in our lives for reasons. Okay. So for years, like I said, my pastor, Nancy Rupley, she would say, Tammy, you really need to write a book. Now, Nancy is so much in my heart. Just she saved me when I was getting sober. And she would tell me that all the time. She was the first person that truly believed in my story, that truly believed I could help other people. And she invited me to her church to speak in front of 300 women and share my story. Um it was a Christmas by candlelight, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I got a standing ovation. This was years ago. I got a standing ovation, and it was amazing feeling. I had people come up to me, ladies, that were like, "Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your truth." And I did that, and like I said, it was amazing. And then another friend asked me to speak in her church. And honestly, when I went and spoke in her church, I don't know if I became complacent at that. Like, yeah, these people loved my story, but I fumbled my story and it wasn't as good. And I didn't get a standing ovation. And you know what that did to me? It knocked me right down. It knocked me right down to be like, no, you're not good enough to share. You're not good enough. Just because those 300 ladies stood up and gave you an ovation, they did it because that you were at your church and that's what they thought they should do. That's how I felt. And so I knocked myself down. I didn't, nobody else did it. I did it. So that was, geez, that was so long ago. It was probably 11 years ago. So I kind of did that. Like I kept that in my head, like, nope, you're not good enough. Nope, you're not good enough. Well, when I finally got to the point that I said, you know what, I am doing this podcast because I know I can help at least one person. And that's all I really care about. I'm really, I keep crying and it's just, these are good tears. This is good happiness because I am so happy with what I'm doing right now. And oh, if I can help one person, if I get one message from somebody that just says, thank you. Thank you for sharing that you're dancing outside. Thank you for sharing that you are going to be the light in the world no matter what. Thank you because you helped me get out of bed today. That is what my vision is. So, as I'm going through, right, we got social media, everything's going on in life. We're listening to all the voices and all the people, and this person's doing this, and, they're great. They're on stages. Are you ever going to be there? You got all those things going on. And probably, it's got to be about 3 years ago now, maybe even 2 years ago. No, it's probably 3 years ago. I had somebody come up on my Facebook. I don't know how, Glenn Murray, right? I'm like, I'm gonna follow this Glenn Murray. Like, he's from Chicago, I just like making new friends, right? And I'm always like, God put him in my life for a reason. He put that friend request on Facebook for a reason. So I sent him a friend request. He accepted it. I didn't know anything about Glenn. I didn't know who Glenn Murray was whatsoever. And then I saw that he had a thing, it's called the Wine Crawl Wednesdays. And then I saw that he had this he was a publisher. And I was like, wow, he's a book publisher, right? And I didn't like message him immediately, like, hey, I want to publish a book. Anyways, we started developing a friendship. And throughout that friendship, I started sharing and he started seeing about my story, about the life that I've lived. And I've made it through. And I'm still here. And I'm still smiling. And I'm still sharing hope, even though I've been through all the struggles. And we talked about my book. And he's like, Tammy, write it. I'm like, I don't know what to do. He's like, just write, just write. So I began writing, and then I began meeting more people in his group of people. I started sharing more, and then I did write my book. I'm working on editing it right now, but I did do it. And then he said, Tammy, I got this book coming out, Faith, Failure, Success. Will you write 3 quotes for it? I was like, yeah. I mean, how honored was I to be able to put three of my quotes in a book. So the book comes out and there's my name and my quotes in there. And I was like, this is amazing. Um, and then he's like, hey, our second book's coming out, Faith, Failure, Success, Surviving the Storm. Could you write a bigger quote in there? Absolutely. I would be honored. I mean, I'm like so cool. Like these books are being sold on Amazon. And it is the coolest thing. I'm so blessed that God put Glenn Murray in my life, right? So fast forward to now. Fast forward to August 14th, 2022. Tomorrow, which that will be, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Faith, Failure, Success, The Turning Point will be launched on Amazon. And I have a chapter in the book. I'm actually an author. Um, it was my vision, my dream for years, just to write that story, just to help somebody else. And I never gave up on it. You know why I never gave up on it? Because I didn't listen to the outside voices. And that's my whole thing here, you guys. Whatever it is you're doing in life, whatever it is, big, small, even if you think it's little, it's probably so much bigger than what you think. But you let those voices, you let those people, you let those naysayers block you out, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your enemies, whether it's somebody you don't even know that gives you a look and you stop. Don't do it. Don't stop. Don't give up on your vision. Don't give up on what your purpose is. Don't give up on what your gift is. Your gift, I love when Steve Harvey talks about his friend that cut grass, right? He had a friend that cut grass. They were in school and the kids go play basketball and his buddy be like, nope, I got to go cut grass. They'd be going out. He's like, nope, I got to cut grass. Now he's the best grass cutter in the Chicago area or something like that. He's got like a $5 million business, right? He never gave up. Don't give up on your visions, whether they're big, small. Like I said, there's probably small to you, but they're so big. Or maybe they're so big to you and so small to somebody else. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to the naysayers. Those people are out there. And unfortunately, and I'm they're just miserable. People that are out there slamming you, people that are out there not applauding you, people that are out there being like chatties. Man, they just got to go look in the mirror because they're just miserable with their own life. So they're just trying to pin it on somebody else because they don't want to look in that mirror. You know, every day I wake up, and I'm sure you do too, that you go look in the mirror, right? Because you got to brush your teeth, you got to wash your face, right? You go look in that mirror. What are you saying to yourself when you get in that mirror? What are you saying? Are you listening to those negative thoughts that people have said to you? Or are you reprogramming your mind? You are the only one that can reprogram your mind. And you have to do that daily. It is work. It is work to get up every day and go to that mirror and have a conversation with yourself. But you know what? The work becomes a habit. And then the habit isn't work anymore. The habit's a joy. It's the weirdest thing to me that I wake up in the morning, I go to my mirror. It's not weird anymore, but it was. And I would talk to myself, like brushing my teeth. And I'd be like, good morning. Yes, you're going to have a great day today. You know, oh, look at you. Look at your smile. You're going to go change somebody's life today with that smile. Go ahead and give somebody a wink today because your eyes just light up when you do that for somebody. Those are the things I had to tell myself. I had to block those other noises out. As I daily talk to myself, as I daily meditate, as I daily build myself up to go out into this world, it gets better. And I promise you, if you just do some work for yourself, it will get better. Whether you have to listen to podcasts, whether you meditate, whether you just go outside and look at the sun or the clouds or the moon or whatever out there. Just do something for it's good for your soul. You know, there's so many people on this earth that are so afraid to be themselves because of what others think. So they never get to live life. They never get to live life. So many years, you guys, I sat back and I wasn't who I really was. I wasn't that joyful, happy, I'm free spirit. I wasn't that person because I was worried what they were going to think of me. What will they think of me? And that trauma goes back to my mom. I mean, I'm not going to lie. My mom would always say to me, "Well, what are they going to think? What are they going to think if you dress like that? What are they going to think if you act like that? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? So every time I would do something that I love to do, I'd be like, man, what are they going to think? What are they going to think? My mom said, what are they going to think? It's kind of like, keeping up with the Joneses, or who cares what the Joneses say about me. So the day that I decided that the world is going to see the true Tammy Lynn Connors. This is me. This is who I am. I just said to a friend today at the Jeep Fest, he looked at me. I don't know if I was dancing or what I was doing, but him and his boys and were at the Jeep Fest helping throw out candy. And I said, I was dancing or whatever. He's like, you're kind of an odd one. And I said, you know what? That's why you're my best friend, because you like my oddness, my quirkiness. I am who I am. You guys stop playing small. I just wanted to get on here and just be like, if you go after your visions, you go after your dreams, don't let the naysayers stop you. Just be you. And you can reach anything that you want to do. Anything. You can do this. I promise you. I can sit here today and tell you this hope dealer, this is life changing to me. This is what my purpose is. My purpose is to offer hope to everybody. And God has let me do that because why? I allowed Him to help me to do that. I had to block out the naysayers. You guys, block out the naysayers. Today, I can honestly say that my book is in print. My book is in print. I am officially an author, and you have no idea what an amazing feeling that is. And I'm not stopping here. I will be on stages speaking. My podcast will reach millions of people. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You guys keep doing what you want to do. Keep doing what sets your soul on fire. Don't let anybody put your fire out. Don't let anybody put that spark out. If you have somebody naysaying to you, you message me and we'll talk and I'll build you up. I will tell you how great you are. I promise you, I will tell you. I will convince you that you are the greatest. I will convince you that you are the greatest. And eventually, you will convince yourself. You just got to have those right people in your life. Get rid of the naysayers. If your circle gets this small, like you can't even see in there, like maybe there's not even a circle anymore, it's okay. If you just have one little dot in there that's supporting you, that's great. That's all you need. You guys, I love you. Thank you so much for all your support with Hope. I don't usually say this, but if you'd like, just kind of comment on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, rate it. It helps grow it. And then more people can hear the stories of hope. You guys have an amazing day. And I love you all. And I appreciate all of your support.